Hello students, in this video we are going to see the fifth experiment, that is Naive Bayesian classifier. So in this program we have to implement Naive Bayesian classification and you should take one stored CSV file, and you can refer the manual. This manual link I will share in the description. Before starting the program, we have to understand one formula, that is Naive Bayesian probability formula. So this is the formula will be implemented in this program. So probability of your unknown data, test data, and this is the probability for numerical value. Okay. So our input file is the numerical value. We have to calculate mean and standard deviation for finding this probability. So what are the formula we are using in this? We are calculating mean value and standard deviation value. If you know mean and standard deviation, you can find the probability of test data. So before starting this, we will see the data set. Now here is the data set. For this program, we are going to take PIMA Indian diabetes database. So this data set is freely available in the internet. So what is this data set? So this data set contains 8 concepts. These are the 8 concepts, and target is the outcome. Outcome, it tells for this attribute that particular woman will have diabetic or not. So 1 means the woman have diabetic, 0 means she don't have diabetic. So this yes diabetic, no diabetic, like that. And these are the 8 different attributes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So based on this 8 attribute, the women have diabetic or not, that is given in the data set. So what we are going to do in this program, from the entire data set, this data set will be separated into yes diabetic and no diabetic. You can see whoever is having yes. So all those yes data are separated and no data are separated for training purpose as well as testing purpose. So in this program, 80% of this data will be taken for training. From that, 1, it means whoever have diabetic, that data will be separated and mean and standard deviation of each attributes are calculated. That is for 80% data set. Then remaining 20% data set, that is your testing accuracy. So one data from test data will be taken, that is tested. Based on this training given from this available database, the testing will be performed. Based on that, accuracy is calculated in our lab program. Now I will go to the program. See, here is the program. I will directly start from the main. So you can see the main. Okay. So in main, we are calling the main is taking your data set, PIMA Indian diabetes .csv data set. Split ratio is 80% for training, remaining 20% for testing. First we are loading the entire data set into your Jupyter notebook. So load CSV is a function, will read your CSV file and load all the data into this variable data set. So now in this print we will see the length of data set, and the data set is divided into training and testing. So training set and test set. So training set and test set is splitted with 80-20. So 80% of data, here it is given, the variable is given. You can change if you want 60-40, 90-10, it's up to you. This is training and testing. So now we can see the length of train data set and test data set. So down we can see the output. 768 is our full data, entire data set. 80% of that is 614, 20% of the data is 154. Okay, you can see this print is giving the length of the data. So these two for loops are giving some sample data of your training data and test data. So you see the training data, sample file data and test data. So this is what we have seen in the file. See, this is the file. From this file, some sample data, all are numerical data. So these are the data, training data and test data. So these are the variable you should understand. Summaries. So the entire data set is summarized based on 1 and 0. 1 means the women who have diabetic, 0 means the women who don't have diabetic. So based on that class, 1 class and 0 class, all the data are summarized. That summarized result is stored in this variable summaries. Then these summaries, by using these summaries, the remaining 20% test data will be tested. So that prediction is calculated, stored in the prediction. We'll see how many data are tested properly. Means we have tested data, already known data. How Bayesian algorithm is classifying the data from the test data. So that accuracy we can see it is around 75%. Okay, now you have to understand this variable summaries. Summaries means it is summarizing your entire data set into 1 and 0. So these values are printed down, you can see. So this is your summaries, model summaries. So 0 means women who don't have diabetic. All the 8 variables are printed here. That is mean and standard deviation. So this is your first attribute, mean and standard deviation. Second attribute, mean and standard deviation, and so on. And the other classes, this is yes women. So for them, first attribute, mean and standard deviation, second attribute, mean and standard deviation, like that for all the 8 attributes. Now we will see the attribute. For this, 80% of data is taken for first attribute, mean and standard deviation, second attribute, mean and standard deviation of all the training data is calculated. Okay. So this summary will be given, it is tested. Predictions. So what will come in predictions? So you see your test data. See, you are passing your test data. First data is predicted as the woman who don't have diabetic. This means 0. This is 1. Again 1 means these people are having diabetic. Probability of this people is having diabetic. This is no diabetic, no diabetic. So like that, all the test data probability is calculated. Bayesian probability is calculated. Is it matching with our test data, the real data? So that is tested and accuracy is printed here. Now we will see all the function elaborately. So which is our first function, load CSV. And we are passing this file name. Let us see how the file is loaded. So I will go to the beginning of the program. You know all these things. We are importing CSV, random, math. So load CSV file is taking your input file and it is opening your file in read mode. So the file is opened and it is available in lines. So the line as a list it is stored in the data set. By using this for loop, one by one you are taking the entire data set. So how many data we have? Around 7, we can see the length of the data, 768 data. So all the 768 data is loaded here and it is taken from this variable and stored in this data set. So return data set will return to the main, will go to the main. So here it comes. This load CSV has loaded your CSV file into your Jupyter notebook. Now this data set contains the entire field. Here we have printed the length of the data. As I told, it is around 768. Now we are going to split the entire data set. How to split? Split ratio is given, that is 80 to 80-20. So 80% of data we are taking for training. So training and testing are the two variables. You are calling this function, you are passing the entire data set and you are passing 80% for training and remaining is automatically assigned for testing. Now we will go to the split database. So this split data set is taking your entire data set and 80%, 0.80 is coming here. You see the size of the training. So you multiply that 0.80 along with your data set. Now you can see the length of your train size. So we have already seen it is around 614, correct? From the entire data, 614 data taken for training purpose. Now we'll see. Train set, one empty set is declared here. Copy is a variable, it's taking your entire data set as a list. Now full data set is available. From full data set, 80% data will be assigned to your training data. So you see this for loop while length of train set. So what is your length of train set? Initially it is empty, right? So condition is true. Already we have 614 here. So 0 less than 614 index. So randomly you are taking one by one all the data. One random index out of full data. One random index is given. That index is identified. Based on that index, a stack operation, pop operation is applied. So it is popped one by one. It takes all the data and it appending to this training set. So end of the for loop, end of this while loop, what will have? 614 data are copied. Then remaining data, that is there in copy only, right? Copy had entire data set. From that 80% data randomly chosen and saved into this train set. So this is 80% data and remaining 20% data is stored in copy. So this is going to your main split data set. Now we will go to the main. So here split data set is taking your 80% data in this variable, 20% data in this variable. Already we have seen the length of train and test. We know that it is 614 and 154. Okay. After this output, we have already seen samples of training and testing. Now we will see summaries. So summaries is doing what? The entire data set is summarized into one class and zero class. So we will go to summarize by class. We are passing that 80% of data. Now we will go to summarize by class. So summarize by class is there in the beginning of this program. So here it is. Summarize by class. So the summarize by class is taking your training data set here, 80% training data set. Now we have to separate from the 80% data set which data belongs to one class. It means SDiapetic class, which data belongs to 0. So that will be done by using this function, separate by class. So now we go to separate by class. So here is separate by class. The entire data set is coming. One empty dictionary separated we have for all the data, for all your training data. We will take one by one all the data. So looping variable inside I will be keep on changing. When this condition will be executed, whenever you are encountering the first one, it means vector of -1 means in the entire data the last variable, that is your target variable, 1 0 1 0 like that. Target variable not in separated. So initially it is not in separated. So first time you encounter 1, it is adding 1 into this dictionary. Under that one all the values are stored. Then first time when you are encountering 0, so that 0 is stored in this dictionary, then all the 0th data are appended. So this will work only one time when you are encountering 1 and 0 first time. So under 1, separated 1, all the data are appended. Under 0, all the data are appended. It goes to this master class. So from here, where we call separate by class, there it is going. You see, here it is coming. So this separated is a variable. Now it has separated your entire training data set into 1 and 0. So one empty dictionary we have. So this for loop, how many items we have in separated? 1 and 0. So under 1 we have some few set of data, 0 we have few set of data. So these are the class value and instances. So class values are 0 and 1, 2 you have. Under 0 you have many instances, under 1 you have many instances. So this for loop will run 2 times. Now all the 1 data and all the 0th data we should summarize. So we are passing all the 1 data here to summarize function. Now we will see summarize. So summarize, only all the 1 data is coming first time. Now this is doing what? You see the entire data set, all the 1 data is zipped, and that one data's mean and standard deviation is calculated. It is stored here. Then second time it comes 0th data. All the instances of your 0th data will be zipped here. That 0th data's mean value and standard deviation is calculated. It is stored in this. You can notice that all the instances will have one target also at the end, right? So we don't want that target value. Now I will show you the data. So you summarize all these 8 attributes. Only 8 is sufficient. But that summary will summarize this also. But we don't want this target, right? So leaving that target, we have to take the remaining. So del of summaries of -1, it deletes your target attribute, final attribute. It returns summaries. Summaries is coming here. Summaries is going to summarize, and summarize is coming here. So 1 and 0 summary we have. That is returning here. So summarize by class will go. Summarize by class. Okay. So summarize by class will return. Before that I want to show you this mean and standard deviation function. So whenever you pass instance, summary of instance, all the 1 instance and 0 instance, you should find the mean of that particular attribute, one attribute. I will show you the attribute here. So it is only one attribute. First attribute, what is the mean and standard deviation. Second attribute, what is the mean and standard deviation. So like that, one by one we are calculating. So that function is here. So you know the mean formula. So this is your mean. And you know the standard deviation formula. Standard deviation formula. So this is summation of x minus mean square divided by n minus 1. So that formula you know, that 1 by root of 2 sigma, that square root is given here. So these two functions calculate your mean and standard deviation for your summarized instance 1 and 0, that is coming here. It is returning to summarize. So this summarize is coming here. It is returning separate by summarized by class. So this summarized by class will go to the main. Now I will go to the main. So it is coming by summarized by class, that is stored in summaries. So we will see what is coming in summaries. So these are the summaries. So 0 data all are summarized, mean and standard deviation, and 1 means S diabatic, mean and standard deviation. We can see. Now we are going to apply Bayesian theorem. We will do the predictions. So these summaries will be passed, and we will take the remaining test data. 20% test data we have. So these two are passed to this function, get predictions. You see get predictions, here is get predictions, coming your summarized data and 20% of test data. So one empty dictionary, and this for loop will run for all the test data set. Can you tell me how many data set? It is around 154, right? Okay, so that is stored in this variable. We are calling this function predict. So one by one you are passing your test data. So first time you are passing first data, second data, third data, like that. So now we will see predict. It is going to predict. You know your summary. This is your first test input. Now we have to calculate probability of that input. So probability is equal to calculate probabilities, class probability. Now you have passed one data, assume that that data belongs to 1 or 0. So this is, for example, this is your input data. This third is your input data, that is 0, class is 0. Or randomly you are passing, it may be 1, so it may be 1. So depending on that, we are calculating class probability. So we are going to the other function, class probability, summaries and your input values are coming here, one empty dictionary. So this one we have two items. Summaries, how many items we have? 1 and 0. These are the two items. Class values 1 and 0 or 0 and 1, and summaries you have. For your 0th data, full summaries you have. For 1 data, you have full summaries. So you are setting your initial probability value. And all of you know that whenever you are doing summation of series and multiplication of series, you will set some initial variable, right? For summation, you will set 0. Multiplication, you will set 1. So your initial values are setting as 1. Now from your class summaries, you are taking your mean and standard deviation. So already we have here. So from these values are coming here, you can take your mean and standard deviation. Here only we are applying our probability formula. I will show you the formula. So this is your probability formula. Your mean and standard deviation should be substituted in the formula. This x is your input, unknown test data. So for your unknown test data, this is your x value, that one row is passed here. We are calculating the probability. It is multiplying, right? So first you have to take probability of your first attribute. It is multiplied. Second attribute's probability, third attribute's probability. So all these 8 variables probabilities are multiplied. Okay. So one by one it calculates all and multiplies. So in this we will see calculate probability. That probability formula is applied in this function. So calculate probability here. You are passing your unknown instance, mean and standard deviation. This formula, this is nothing but this formula only. So this entire formula 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma square e power minus x minus mu whole square by 2 sigma square. So this formula is given in this function. So this is E. E is minus x minus mu whole square. This is x minus mu whole square divided by 2 sigma square. And this exponent is given here. And the beginning variable 1 by square root of 2 pi and standard deviation. So this is returning your probability, calculate probability. So one by one it takes all the probability and multiplies and keeps the final probability here. Okay. So that probability is returning here. Calculate class probability. So class wise probabilities are calculated and it is coming to your predict. So here it is returning. Now you have your class probability, whether it is 0 probability is more or 1 probability is more. For example, your unknown data you are passing, that is checked with naive Bayesian, whether it has more probability for yes diapatic or no diapatic. So that we have to do now. So these are the 2 initial variables set as null. One for loop is initialized for both items. We have 2 items 0 and 1. If best label is none, any one of this condition, you see. So initially this is none only, right? Best label is none. Probability is beginning minus some probability value will be there already in your previous function we have done. So initially you are taking the first probability that is stored in best probability and best label. Assume that first you are taking 0, no diapatic probability that is stored in this. Second time when you are calculating probability for yes diapatic, that is more than your 0th probability. So that time this condition will become true. So yes diapatic probability will be assigned as best probability and best label. So that is predicted, that is coming to your main. So here it is coming. Predict. So get predictions is passing your predict here. So this predict like that all the test data around 154 data are passed one by one by using this for loop that is stored in this result. So result is added in this list, predictions list. That predictions is returned to get predictions. Now we are seeing the get predictions. So get predictions that is stored in this variable is printed here. We'll see. So this is the predictions. So the Bayesian theorem has predicted first data as no diapatic, second data is yes diapatic, no diapatic like that. For all the 154 data it has predicted like that. Now is it correct? That for that purpose we are checking accuracy. So accuracy you are going to call get accuracy. You are passing your test data. Just now I showed you test data and predictions. This is your predictions. Your predicted value 20% test data you know. So this is passed to your get accuracy. Go to get accuracy. So that is coming here. Initially it is empty. Now you have one test data. Already you know what is your actual test data result. That -1 shows the target result. If that and your predictions are matching If both are equal to, then you are just incrementing your count. One data is predicted correctly. Else means you are not incrementing your correct variable. So for all the corrected variable, this correct will keep one counter. It increments your counter and you are multiplying with that length of your tested set. So that gives you the accuracy. It is normalized with 100. So get accuracy returns here accuracy. So that accuracy is printed. You can see for this training and test data set, for this diabetes data set, we are getting around 85.97% accuracy. So that's all in this program. We'll see the next program in the next lab. Thank you.